What's up, y'all? You're watching Brooklyn Shuffleboard, and we have a singles league match today for you from Missy and Steve Olson. These are two of the best players at the Royal Proms Brooklyn, so I am very much expecting a great match. So this is part of our winter single season that we're doing. The season runs from January, I think, to like April or so. I think there's like eight or nine people in each group, and then the top half of each of those groups go on to a playoff bracket. So we're still pretty early in the season right now, but both players have not lost yet, and one of them is going to come away from this with one in the loss column. So these are going to be practice shots that they're starting up with. Each person gets 4 here. So a nice 8 for Steve, feeling like pretty good about the court speed after that first shot. And a lot of people don't really know exactly what you're supposed to be doing with practice shots, so might as well touch on it. Really what you're trying to do, because each court kind of curves in different directions, it's almost like putting in golf, where each green kind of like might break left and then right, might break entirely to the right. They're basically trying to choose certain spots on the court to aim at, and then observing where the disc ends up. So let's say Missy's aiming for an 8 right now. If it ends up 6 inches to the right of the 8, she'll know, oh, this court drifts 6 inches to the right, and if I want to put it right on the 8, I got to count 6 inches, aim 6 inches to the left to account for that drift. Also, they're just trying to see if there's any weird stuff going on with the discs being different speeds, like there might be a slow disc in there that you want to get rid of. So let's check out Missy's. She's aiming for the 8 cross court, and that one looked like it drifted to our left about 3 inches. So now she's making a mental note of that. Looks like she's aiming for an 8 on the right, and went pretty straight, but definitely faster speed than the prior one. I think she's going for a 10 here. Yeah, she's going for a 10, and it was going straight, but then it curved left. You saw the right edge of the disc cross that center line. So that's probably like a 3-inch drift there. So definitely some drift on this court. Not perfectly straight, not super dramatic, all drifting in one direction. All right, one more round of practice, and then we'll start up. So that one looked pretty straight, kind of curved left at the very end of it there. That one went right into the 10, looked pretty straight. Maybe curved a tiny bit to the right. Ooh, you saw that one hook left, and probably like the last 3 feet that it traveled, it made a left turn. So definitely a lot of weird drift. I'm watching them take these shots, and I'm not really able to figure out exactly what's going on. And match format. Let's talk about match format. So these are going to be 16-frame games for our singles league that we do. We switch color halfway. So Missy's going to play 8 frames on black, and then they're going to take another round of practice shots, and then she's going to play another 8 frames on yellow. And whoever's ahead after those 16 frames gets the win. Ooh, that one really hooked right. I mean, speed seems pretty good, though. She seems like she's adjusting really well. She nailed an 8, she nailed a 7, she nailed a 10, and the final one probably going for an 8, and almost gets it. Definitely hooked to the right there. You saw it was going straight, and then the last couple feet, it made a right turn. So this should be interesting. All right, and we're off. All right, Steve with a perfect St. Pete to start it off. So early in the game, score's tied. Missy's just going to try to clear this off, try to keep it as the whole board as clear as possible before her hammer shot to try to make it not complicated. Cleared that first one well, and Steve's just going on the board. All right. I love it. It's going to try to play a little bit more aggressive than what Missy's used to playing. Ooh, all right. Doesn't totally clear it off. Didn't look like she was going for the kitchen there, but she might have been giving a little kitchen plus. Ooh, she kind of has an opportunity here. If she wants to try to hide behind that, she can. But with it being her hammer, I don't know if she's going to go for it. It looks like she's lining up for it. There it is, going cross court, trying to hide, and almost overshoots it into the kitchen. Even if she got that 7, it wouldn't have been blocked up very much. So now Steve, it looks like he's lining up for a kitchen attempt here. No, they're just asking if it's in. Definitely on the line. All right, Steve, going for not a kitchen, sort of trying to score a 7 there. Maybe trying to snuggle it in front to make it hard. I think that's what it is. Oh, let's see if it's good. That's in. Nice high 7. So that makes Missy's hammer pretty hard. She can't hit it straight on because it'll knock into her black one and stay in a score. If she shoots it at quite the wrong angle, she might even knock herself in the kitchen. So she's going to either try to kitchen him to the side or try to hit the edge of that yellow one and roll herself to the right into the 7. This is a really hard shot, especially early in the game when you don't know the court yet. Ooh, doesn't get anything. Close, though. That was good. She hit it hard enough to minimize the damage. If she hit it a little bit harder, that yellow would have rolled into the kitchen itself. But I just got rid of it, made sure she wasn't ended up in the kitchen. But Steve with a really nice hammer steal right there. And it all kind of started because Missy played aggressive and tried to go for that high rather than just keeping it clear. All right, Missy with a perfect St. Pete. Ooh, Steve trying to blast it. Kind of rolls it perfectly into a St. Pete for himself that he could hide behind. Not intentional, but that is perfectly placed. So Missy without the hammer. All right, gets rid of the St. Pete. I think she was trying to roll that left, give her something to hide behind, but it went a little bit too hard. So now Steve with the hammer, the extra disc, has to decide what to do here. Nothing he can hide behind. Either a lot of people throw it off in this situation, thinking all they can do is mess up, but he puts up a good Tampa. And this will be interesting. If Missy maybe blocks to the left of that Tampa. Oh, goes for the kitchen shot. I think that is on the line. They're going to go double check just to be safe, but I'm pretty sure that's on the line. But playing aggressive, going for the kitchen means that Steve now has something to hide behind. As kind of as good as you can hope for with a Tampa placement. It's still early in the game, so I don't know how good his sense of the speed is yet, but he's going for it. And oh man, that looks deep. I think that's going to be nothing. That is nothing. Man, really nice placement. It just needed it to be a couple inches shorter. It would have been good. A couple inches longer, it would have been really not good. And now Missy's going to probably block up. Oh, no, she's going for a bump. Let's go. Let's go. Beautiful shot. That was a nasty bump. There is no way that Steve can get to that. So he's just going to score on the right side. Shoots it. And it is short. So Missy steals Steve's hammer with an 8 off a really, really beautiful bump. I love her strategy, too. She could have blocked the right side and just made Steve's hammer hard. He would have had to go down the left. And, he almost kitchened himself on the shot before, so that would have been in the back of his mind. But instead, she thought, I have this bump. Why not just bump it in? I get an 8 out of it. As long as I hit it pretty straight on, it's going to be a hard hammer for him. And she absolutely nailed it. Could not have made that any more perfect. So we got 8-0 black right now. All right, starts off with a St. Pete, a little deeper than she wants, probably. But still pretty good. All right, Steve sticks it. Unable to clear it. So now Missy has another hide attempt. Her last one looked like it curved to our right, the one where she almost kitchened herself. So let's see if she's able to adjust and really get it behind that yellow one solidly. She shoots it. It still gets the set. I think that's on the line. Didn't make it behind the yellow, though. Yeah, that's on the line. I mean, even if that was a 7, though, would not have been really hidden. So if she gets one more try at it, I hope she's able to sort of figure out that drift to the right that's making that shot hard for her. But this leaves Steven in sort of a tight spot. Because he could get rid of the St. Pete, but then there's a black disc on the board that Missy can bump in or do something with. Or he could try to line up and kitchen that black one. But that's sort of an aggressive shot on a drifty court. So Steve's playing the safe game, which I actually really like. Clearing off the yellow, just trying to make it as simple as possible for his hammer so this game doesn't get away from him, down 8. But like I said, Missy's probably going to try to go for a split here. Doesn't get the split, but keeps a nice disc in play, though. Something that she could bump later. Still doesn't really... Still making it kind of hard for Steve to figure out what the right shot is. I guess he's going to try to clear it again, but... Nice. Gets both clear. Beautiful clear. That was a really nice clear. Shot it super hard. Got the angle perfectly. And then Missy's just blocking up that left side of the board. So Steve's open court on the right. Just going to go for an 8 here. Missed it last time. Let's see if we can get it this time. And that slides in there perfectly. Beautiful, beautiful frame. See Steve shaking it off a little bit. Evens it up 8-8. As we go into frame 4, tie game. But Missy's really kind of a little bit in the lead here in that she has an extra hammer on him. She keeps it clear, scores the hammer. She's going up after 4 with a nice 7 or 8 point lead. It's been a great game so far. A couple of really nice shots, a couple of just keeping it clear and scoring the hammer. It's been a fun one. Wow, look at that disc curved back left. That was a nice St. Pete, though. That was something weird on the right side of that court in terms of the drift. Ooh. Doesn't really get it clear, but it's pretty far to the right. I don't know if Steve really wants to chase. If he hides it, it has to be all the way in that 7 in the back right corner. He's going for it, though. That looks a little soft. Yeah, it's soft. Still a pretty nice shot, though, because it's Missy's hammer. So it's just blocking up the board, leaves him something to bump in later. It'll be interesting. Even if she just clears that yellow, he has another hide attempt. Going for the kitchen again. And this time, that looks like she got it. She's running down. Ooh, it's close. That's in. Wow. Nasty. And it's blocked up. That black one's in the way, too. Really, really nice. Missy's been playing on fire. Ooh. Almost comboed it to clear the kitchen out, but he's left with a 10. That was a good way to miss, because now it gave Missy something that she has to deal with, that 10 there. I wonder if she's going to try to kitchen it again. Let's see. Now, it doesn't kitchen it, but now Steve's, has that yellow disc open for the kitchen clear. Let's see if we can get it out of there. Shoots it hard. Nice clear. Really nice recovery from Steve. It's not easy to clear kitchens out here at the Royal Palms because the court's so slow, but he nailed that perfectly. And now Missy has an open hammer. She shoots it. It's going. Nice shot. Gets the 8. Very nice hammer. So after 4, it is 16 black, 8 yellow. We got ourselves a really, really nice game. Wow, a lot of action so far, too. Nice kitchen, able to get out. All right, Steve just trying to go on the board. I can't tell if he's trying to put up a Tampa and it's drifting to our left, or if he's going on the board. Looked like maybe he's just going on the board. And definitely a long game. So Missy's only up 8. Yeah, so she's just trying to clear. Unfortunately, she sticks there. And now Steve, I mean, it's deep to be a Tampa. He could hide behind it, but the wiggle room doesn't really have that much wiggle room there. He has to get it perfectly. But he's going for it. I would go for this. You get a Tampa chance, you got to go for it, even though it is down Suicide Alley. And that is nasty. That was beautiful. Oh, man, that is like perfectly hidden, too. Oh, man, this is interesting. Missy's probably going to try to bump that black one into it, or just bump that black one into points. But now she's just clearing it out. That's probably a smarter play anyway. Just she's up. She's trying to protect the lead a little bit. Make him have to cover that again, which is not an easy thing to do. And he gets it. Covers it with an 8. All right, I guess Missy's going to try to combo that yellow 8 into the yellow 7 to clear both of them. Going for it. Shoots it hard. Doesn't get the clear, but rolls into an 8 of her own on the right. So now this is a big opportunity for Steve. If Steve can keep his yellow, knock Missy's black 8 out, and keep his in a high 8, she's going to have a tough frame. He also has a kitchen attempt opportunity here too, and he could really swing this game around if he kitchens and scores that. All right, he's lining up from the outside. I kind of like that. Here he goes. Going for the kitchen and does not get it. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I would have focused more on trying to get my own 8 to stay in rather than going for the kitchen, because he went from having a huge advantage in this frame to Missy. If she sticks this, that's a 14-point frame for black. Oh, she's going for the kitchen and comes up short. Oh, man. Yeah, same thing. Both players getting greedy. Missy just needed that. Score that second 7, knock his out. She would have had a 14-point lead in this frame, plus the 8 from before, 22-point lead. Instead, she tries to get fancy and end the game in the 5th frame. Gotta love the intensity, though. Can't falter for playing aggressive. But still, I mean, she's in great shape. She gained 7 from that frame. Really, the delta. And Steve has 2 hammers in a row, but she has a pretty nice lead right now. $15-point difference. Black's up 15. But as I said, Steve has 2 hammers in a row. So if he has a bunch of opportunity right now, 2 frames, to erase that Missy lead. Oh, that's a pretty St. Pete. Nice and high. Giving a lot of space to hide behind. I love those high St. Pete's. Because even if he sticks it, like, you have so much space to hide behind that now. Versus when they're deep, you really kind of have to, like, shoot a deep 7. And I think she's thinking about if she even wants to hide behind it. With the lead that she has now, she's like, well, what if I hide behind it and mess up? Yeah, I think that's what she's thinking. She's just going to keep blocking it up. Me, I'm probably trying to hide behind it. I love hides. It's my favorite thing to do. Oh, no. She was trying to block down the left side and instead gives him a perfect opportunity to hide one of his own discs. That's a shame. Oh, no. He missed it, too. There's definitely some weird drift on that part of the court where both of them, their discs curved to the right of where they wanted them. Oh, my gosh. This is getting sloppy over here. Steve, another hide opportunity. Let's go. That's in. Nasty shot. That is a good 7. It's pretty hidden. She could see half the disc. She's going to go for it. Try to knock that 7 out. The one up front is blocking about half of it, so she has to really get this perfect. Let's see. Shoots it a little soft and doesn't. I think maybe she was just trying to score next to it, actually, because she shot it pretty soft. Is that 2? Nice. So we got the yellow 7 and the black 8 in play. So he really has to get this black out and hit it perfectly without knocking his own out. He gives it muscle, And misses it to the right. That is tough. Oh man, so 7 yellow, 7 black. It's still a 15-point lead for black right now. Oh man, that's rough for Steve. I mean, it's still a long game. There's 10 frames left, but he's not going to come back if he's not scoring on his hammer. So that hurts. I know that feeling. Although, I mean, he put himself in the opportunity, though, where if he made that shot, he would have had erased the lead in 1 frame. You know, he had that hidden 7. He just needed to get rid of that black 8 disc, score an 8. That would have been 15 points. Just couldn't get the angle right. And that comes down to the drift. Like, the amount of force you shoot, like how hard you shoot it, determines how much it drifts. And on a court like this, where it seems like it's being a little unpredictable, you might want to just give it a little bit extra oomph to try to cut through all that drift on the court. The harder you shoot it, the less it drifts. And it looked like he was shooting kitchen speed, and it kind of hooked right on him. I probably would have given it a little bit more juice and just focused on sticking that 8. All right, so Steve with the hammer is just going on the board here. Trying to... Ooh, kind of like that. This will be interesting to see if Missy gets rid of it or blocks in front of it as an attempt to sort of block up the board. Oh, she's playing smart. She's clearing it out. I mean, she could have blocked in front of it and just blocked up the board, but then, the last thing she wants is for him to score 2 discs, and he could have made some crazy combo shot or something. So I kind of like that conservative approach with the lead of, let me just try to not have him score 2, keep the 15-point lead I have. Maybe it drops down to 8 or 7, and then she has the hammer next frame. Oh, wow, he's going for kitchen try? Wow, that's in the kitchen. That's what we call a skill shot here at the Royal Palms. That's what I call a skill shot, when you mess up so badly and something good happens. But, I mean, she should be able to get that out. It's right by the edge. She just needs to take a second to process what just happened. And here we go. Get it out. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it just moved. That never happens. That's a tough one. This never happens. Normally you have someone catching the disc back there. I'm not certain. Yeah, it was definitely close. It bounced back and touched it. Yeah, the disc bounced back and touched it. It moved it slightly. Honestly, it looked out to me, but I'm like, there's no way to be sure. I want to replay the frame. I don't know. I think Steve's. What are they doing? I would replay the frame in that situation. I think they are. I mean, that looked. We'll review the video footage later, but that definitely looked like she got it out. And he's trusting. He said it looked like it went out. I mean, they both thought it went out. And he doesn't get the hammer. Oh, that's rough. So it's still a 15-point delta, and Missy has an extra hammer here in this 8th frame. All right. Start of the 8th frame. Steve's going on the board with a pretty 10. I think that's in. They're getting tired of walking down and checking the discs, apparently. Nice clear. Yeah, so Missy's strategy here is probably clear no matter what Steve does. Because, oh no, he sends it through. That's not in. So she's probably even going to throw off here because she's up 15. If she keeps it clear and scores a hammer, that's 23 points after 8 frames. Yeah, she's tossing off. She doesn't want to give him anything to kitchen. She's just going to try to lock in that hammer at the end. Ooh, this is interesting, though. She has a perfect hand, but a high behind. But like I said, I don't think she's going to take it. I think she's just going to clear everything. Like she could grow the lead by hiding behind that, but could also go wrong. And instead, she clears it perfectly. Oh, man. All right. So Steve was trying to go for a high 10 there, and he had the speed pretty much perfect, but it was just to the right. So Missy has a whole open left side to shoot her hammer. And she shoots it deep, but gets the 7. Nice shot from Missy. So that makes it 22-point differential at the flip here. We saw a lot of craziness. Saw some weird ricochet. Saw a dead disc touch a live disc. Whole lot of action. And they're taking their time with some math at the chalkboard. Probably going to take a quick little break here. Make a little glass of water, refresh their palate. I'm going to take a little water break. I think that's a 22-point difference. I'm going to confirm that because I can't see the chalkboard. Alrighty, they're taking a little break. That means I'm taking a little break. I'm going to refill the water, and we'll get back to you in a moment. All right, we are back. We're rejoining this game at frame 9. About to start the warm-up shots, pre-frame 9 warm-up shots. And Missy is doing something that you don't see a lot of players do. She's checking the bottom of the discs. That is a pro move. Why is she checking the bottom of the discs? I'd love to tell you. So the discs at the Royal Palms here are all cracked up. They are in what we call not great condition. They have a bunch of chips at the bottom. It's because this is a shuffleboard bar, and you have thousands of people on the weekends drinking heavily, smashing discs, learning how to play shuffleboard too. But a lot of them are here for parties. They're getting a little rough with the discs, let's just say. So she's checking the bottom to see if any of them are more cracked up than others. Because with the court kind of being a little slow, if you have a disc that has a big chip, it might sort of grab on to some of the rough spots on the court and curve in an unpredictable direction. So when she checks the bottom of the disc, she finds one that has a big crack on it. She might say, all right, this one I'm going to only use when I don't need finesse, when I just clear, something like that. The other thing I've heard from some of the shuffleboard strategy books that exist in the world is that if there is a crack in the disc, you want to shoot with it towards the back at like the 6 o'clock. Because if it's on the side, it might grab onto some friction and kind of spin out of control. Or if the crack's on the front, it might slow the disc down. So that's another sort of like Earl Ball pro tip. But yeah, not a lot of people do it. And sometimes you notice when you're playing, like, I don't know what's going on with this chord. It's curving in all different directions. Even when I'm taking the same line, it's curving in different directions. And cracks on the bottom might be one of the reasons why. I had to do that like last week when I was playing. And my opponent, very confused. And I explained, and he's like, oh, that's a whole another level. It's like unlocking. That's like a year 6 thing that you learn. But I'm bringing it to you here live on the Brooklyn Shuffleboard YouTube channel. All right, more warm-up shots. Missy seems like she has control of that cross-court 7. That, if there was a St. Pete there, would have been a pretty nasty hide. Looks like she has pretty good 8 speed on the left. Getting a sense of that 10. Definitely curved to the right, which I think we saw a little bit when Steve was going for the high 10. So that kind of reconfirms the drift in that line there. Shooting at the 10 curves right a little bit. And shooting over there looks pretty straight. So that just shows how weird this court is. Like, you're aiming at a 10, it curves to the right 3 inches. You're aiming 2 feet to the left or 1.5 feet to the left, and it goes perfectly straight. Definitely a lot of like unpredictable spots on the court. Ooh. The other thing you have to think about too, what's really fun about this format that we play with, where you switch color halfway, is that you have 8 frames to figure out like where the tricky parts on the court are, and then you can put discs there to try to throw off your opponent. Also, if you have sort of like a fast disc or a slow disc in your 4, and you realize that, you can sort of look at what your opponent hasn't shot yet and really think like, oh, they have the slow one left for their hammer. I don't know if they realize it's slow. Then we try to put a 10 on. They try to kitchen it and they come up short. But it's definitely something you have to adjust. You have to be good at adjusting to the court, but also good at adjusting to the differing speed of the yellow versus black discs at the switch. All right, frame 9, starting off. Ooh, see, that was a weird one. It was going to be a perfect St. Pete and a curve left into something that Steve can hide behind if he wants it. I mean, Missy could probably hide behind it too. And Steve is just clearing it out. He could have, if he wanted to, gone down the alley. Being down 22, maybe it would have been the right move. But I think right now he's probably thinking, let me just try to get my hammer. Especially because we just switched colors and I may not have the finesse yet after only taking 8 practice shots. Yeah, I think that's what he's thinking. He missed his last 2 hammers from playing aggressive. Or he didn't gain points on his last 2 hammers, I should say, from being aggressive. So he's probably thinking, be conservative here, bring us back to the teens, because he's down 22 now, and then really use the frames that follow on Missy's hammer to play aggressive and try to put her in the kitchen. Nice clearing. All right, let's see what Missy does here. She's probably just going to think about which is the tricky side of the board and make him shoot at that. Oh, she's just clogging up the center. So he has the wide open right side. There is a little bit of weird drift over there. Let's see if he can get it. It's looking pretty good. Oh, and he sticks the line. Oh, I hate that. I hate that 8-7 line. I mean, he did everything right. And then he stuck that 8-7 line. If he made that 8, it would have been a 14-point game. But now it's still 22. But now we're going to see some kitchen play, I'm sure. Steve's probably going to go on the board. He's probably going to try to play this kitchen game. Because he has 7 frames left to make up 22 points. And he really only has 3 hammers left. All right, so Steve puts it on the board. And Missy clears it out. Nice clear. Nice and hard. Steve puts it on the board on the left side on that 7-8 line. I like how he's moving it around. That's definitely an experienced technique, is make it hard for her to clear it by kind of putting it in different spots on the board. She gets it clear. Very nice. And he's going 10. And he's getting 10. That's kind of a nice one, too. Right in the center. And there it is. So Missy gets rid of the 10, but leaves herself right there. It's not really bad for her. It's not scoring. It's not really bad for her because he can't really hide behind it, but it gives him something to kitchen if he wants it. And I'm very much guessing that's what he's going to go for based on the first couple shots he took. He wants this. That is not going to get it done. Curve to the right. I mean, you saw Missy's practice shot of that 10 where it curved to the right. So I wonder if that center of the court, that 10 line curves. That was a nice play from Missy. Oh, and she gets the 7. Beautiful. So it's a 29-point lead. I mean, that's what you want to do when you're up, is even if you give your opponent a chance at a kitchen, you want to only really give them 1, because it's not easy to kitchen discs. And the more chances you get, the more you get to hone in on that kitchen speed. So like when you play the best kitchen players, if you try to play their game and play the kitchen game, you're just basically giving them extra warm-up shots to kitchen you. You got to sort of not give them those opportunities, play your game, and hope that they don't have enough time to adjust. That was a really nice opening from Steve.
Super deep 7. Those are nice because sometimes when you clear them, the disc sort of like rolls into the kitchen on its way leaving the court. I mean, not that time. That was pretty. But I've seen that happen where you put up a deep 7, your opponent tries to clear it, and they just like roll themselves into the kitchen. Damn, that's another really nice deep 7. So Steve's doing everything right here. Missy's clearing so far just a little too good. Oh, another nice clear. Doesn't matter if it's on the left. Doesn't matter if it's on the right. She's clearing it. All right. And then Steve with looks like a pretty nice Tampa. It's kind of interesting how he starts out with the deep 7s, then he moves up to the Tampa. He kind of did something like that last time, too. Oh, there it is. Sticks it. So he needs this hide opportunity. Oh, wow. He looks like is he blocking up the board? He looks like he's trying to block up the board. I don't know about that. If you're down 29 now, I think you got to go for this. You got to go for the hide. And now he's realizing it. Moving over to the 4 spot. I think this court curves right a little bit down that alley. Yeah, there it is. Is it going to get there? Oh, it got there. So not hidden, though, because of that rightward drift that I was talking about. But that speed was perfect. But still, it's kind of near the edge of the board. A lot of weird stuff can happen. Let's see if she can get this. Oh, she's too good. Hits it straight on and scores the 7. That was not an easy shot. I mean, the yellow one was only sort of kind of in the way, not really. But with it being at the edge of the court, that was definitely not an easy shot, and she just nailed it. Shot it nice and hard, too. She wasn't going kitchen speed. She wasn't going to let the court take over. $58-22. I usually bring a paper and pen where I keep score myself. Yeah, it doesn't sound not pleasing to the ear if you're black right now. All right, so Missy's throwing off. And we're going to see a lot more deep 7s. Beautiful. That was a high 7, but still really nice. And a lot of clearing, because the only way that Missy's losing this is if Steve can kitchen her. So why give him some in the kitchen? Oh, man, that clearing's nice. This is so demoralizing when you're down and all you need is for them to stick, and they're clearing this well. Oh, man, another beauty. So I guess the only thing you can really do if you're Steve is like, I know she missed the that's a good 8. I know she missed the Tampa clear before. So I'm trying to like maybe throw up another Tampa. Maybe she sticks it. Or find spots on the court I haven't shot at yet that maybe the drift will mess her up. And there's like a perfect example. He threw it to the right, more so to the right than his prior shots. And because of that, she couldn't get it off. So now he has another kitchen attempt. And he just whiffs it. Oh, it's so rough. Curves. Oh, man. I don't know if that one curved or if he just missed it. But that is sort of, oh, that's rough. I feel bad for Steve. So now Missy's lead is commanding at this point. 4 frames left. I mean, he's getting these opportunities. He was saying that, too, in between the games to me. He's like, I had some opportunities in that first half, and I just could not convert on them. And he definitely had one there. I mean, that 8 was deep. All he just needed to do was put in the kitchen. The speed was pretty nice. And he just missed it to the right. All right. And she is still clearing well. I guess she's been giving him like one chance every frame, really. Not a ton. But she's playing it in a way that even if she messes up, he's only really getting that one shot where he either makes it or he misses it. Her clearing in the beginning of the frame has been really good so far. Smashing discs. Yeah, Steve again with the 2, and then the 2, and then kind of like the Tampa. Ooh, interesting. So she's just blocking up. That's not the right shot, definitely. Because there is an 18-point shot for him here. He can bump that black one into the 8 and get his to stay in the 10. It's hard, but like he could definitely get it. Oh, that looks good. Let's go. Steve with the nasty shot. See, that is what it looks like when you've been playing shuffleboard for 8 years. Really, really nice shot by Steve. He made one of those at the last Royal Palms playoffs, the banquet in the semifinals, where it was like the last shot of the game. All he had to do was stick a 10 to tie. And the whole building here, probably like, I don't know, 60 people watching, and he made the 10, and everyone just started chanting his name. It was amazing. Super clutch shot. All right. Could that be a momentum shifter? I mean, it definitely got him feeling good, even though he's still down a bunch. But that could be enough. All right, gets the high 7. Let's see if it starts getting in Missy's head here. Oh, she sticks it. This might be the tide's turning a little bit. Steve with the kitchen chance here. Sends it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Misses it right again. We were talking about that rightward drift kind of in the center of the court, and I think that got the best of him that time. So that's 2 7s. So, and the one on the left is pretty close to the line. So Missy's probably just going to try to knock that black out and keep hers in its place. Yeah, there it is. So now even if he kitchens it, she still has a 7 in play on the left here. But here's another attempt here. Let's see if it goes to the right or if he figures it out. It's sailing. Gets it. Nasty shot. All right. So yellow has -3 and black has 7. Let's see if Missy can knock that black 7 into the kitchen and clear it out. Shoots it. And, oh, man. So she gets her own out of the kitchen because she's on that line there, so that doesn't count. But Steve here has a chance to kitchen the one on the left and maybe score a 7. I don't know if he could fit his disc in between that yellow and the lime, but if he can, that's definitely the right shot. He's going for it. He shoots it. Oh, and that one hooked left on him, and he missed it. Oh, that's so rough. So Missy's hammer here, she's just going to try to get that black one out without knocking herself in the kitchen. She delivers it with finesse and scores. Okay. So she's played the safe route. Didn't want to screw anything up there in terms of like bumping herself in the kitchen. And she ends up adding to her lead by 7 points on her hammer. And that's what she wants to do. She just wanted to, like, you know, keep scoring 7s or 8s on her hammer. 2 frames left, and Steve needs a bit of a miracle. That last frame was a huge opportunity for him to get back in it. He got a really nice kitchen shot out of it, but he didn't end the frame gaining any points. So he's still going to be playing the kitchen game here. He needs... If I'm him, though, I almost want to start with the Tampa because Missy's been having trouble clearing those. But instead, he puts it on the center line. That's another really good strategy when you are playing the kitchen game rather than shooting a 7, in that it's hard to clear because it's all the way at the center of the court. But Missy gets it out. Really nice clearing. All right, Steve with that Tampa. That's been working. Let's see if she can get rid of it. Ooh. All right, gets rid of it. Not really a problem. She could hide behind it. I don't know if she's going to go for it, but like he can't really do anything with that. He could try to kitchen that if he wants, but I don't know. He might be better just going on the board. I don't know. Maybe he tries to kitchen that. It's going for it. Doesn't get the kitchen. Puts it in play where he can maybe do something with it later. Oh, wow. She whiffed it. So now Steve can do the same shot he did last time. He could score a 10 and bump that black one into maybe like a 7. Or you could just bump that black one into an 8 and just get some points out of it. He's going for the 2. Oh, he got the 10. But he didn't get the second one. That would have been amazing if he got pretty much the same shot twice. So then Missy here with the hammer. And she is almost kitchen him. Didn't score anything there, but that was like she had that disc make contact a half inch to the right, and he would have been in the kitchen. And this game is out of reach. I really thought that 18-point frame from Steve was going to swing in the other direction, but not meant to be. I have a feeling Steve, though, is going to make a big splash in his group for this league, though. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys play again in the bracket, the playoff bracket at the end of the thing. Wow, Steve at this point is just trying to go negative, I think. It's not in. Okay. Thought maybe he's going to try to put 4 of his own discs in the kitchen there. Because if it's 48-point difference, like I was told, he could score 4 10s and still lose. I guess that would have been my plan. That looks like a good 8. Doesn't really matter. She's going to blast it. She could also throw off, but she's blasting it. And now he has a kitchen attempt. Let's see if he can get this. So it's going to curve to the right. So aim more to the left. Please, Steve, do it. Got the drift perfectly. Oh, so close. Almost got the 20-point shot. Well, he got that 10. Let's see if Missy's going to pedal the metal, kitchen this thing. Last frame. One more hero shot to finish it off. Little exclamation point. Oh, she's just clearing it. I would have liked to see a kitchen there. Little cherry on top. All right, well, let's see. Let's see if Steve gets the 10. Steve gets the 10. Yeah, baby. Steve with the 10. I love it. That is dropping the cherry on top of a poop sundae because he got creamed. Thanks so much for joining us, y'all. This was another episode of Brooklyn Shuffleboard. We're trying to do more of these things. I want to put out once a week. I just need people to let me film their games because we have the Singles League going on right now. We still have our monthly tournament bracket from last year that we're still trying to finish up. So there's a lot of shuffleboard being played and a lot of shuffleboard to film. Hopefully you found this enjoyable and educational from a shuffleboard strategy perspective. I will see y'all later. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.